Good morning. How are you all? Welcome back to Ramasri Social Classes. See, today I would like to say a few words regarding precautions. What precautions? Such a pandemic conditions now. We are suffering a lot because of COVID-19. We know that all. So, I'm requesting you people as an Indian citizen, we have to take some responsibility. Am I correct or not? So that is why use mask, take social distance and should not go outside unnecessarily. See, please do this all the time so that we can avoid the COVID-19. Stay safe, stay healthy.
Today, our topic is tanks and groundwater. See, tanks, also called as cherubulu, for thousands of years, our ancestors have tried to use runoff rainwater by building tanks. We have evidences of tanks built and used for agriculture from the times of megaliths. Even Kakatiyas and Vijayanagara kings, Nayakas, who built a large number of tanks in Telangana and Rayalaseema. See, actually, how were the tanks built? These tanks built by building a strong wall of stones and mud across a small stream in such a way that within a wall on just one side a large lake could be formed. Usually, every village preserved the memory of these who were responsible for building of the tank through the stories of temples or festivals. In building the tanks, everyone in our village contributed for their expenses and labor. Actually, all people of the village together maintain the tank and repairing the tank barns or removing from the tank bed. They also take care that no one dirtied or stopped the water flowing into the tank. They also appointed a person to regulate the use of water from the tank. This particular person is called Neerati or Neerukatte Manishi. Then, how did the tank help us? See, everyone knows that actually the water is essential for everything. So, animal drinking water, built also irrigation their field uh, in a such a way that even in drought years they could raise at least some crop. The tank also helped to increases the water level in a wells nearby. The tanks help us to prevent runoff rainwater and the erosion of the topsoil. Tanks silt and apply to their field to fertilizer the soil. And people of the village, so thus they benefited, not one or two people built all the villagers. See, water is using for everything in our life. Without water we cannot live. But this kind of tanks, how they decline, let us see. During the last 20 years or 30 years, the tank have been neglected and have been allowed to break down. Repairs to the tanks, silting, etc., have not been done regularly. People also have gradually taken over the tanks for building houses for agriculture. As a result, in almost every part of the state, we see the sad state of dry tanks lying uncleared for. Instead of caring for the tanks, we have been digging deeper and deeper tube wells at great expenses. But they only benefit a few. In a long run, depleted water resource. See, this kind of the behavior of the people, we decline. See, the tanks are declined for a long time. These groundwater which are reached through wells and tube wells. See, when we dig for well or tube well, we get water. That water is nothing but groundwater. And meanwhile we can see rocks, different kinds of rocks, and rocks which have cracks or pores. Pores nothing but holes in them and can enter water are called as pervious rocks. See, pervious rocks, which stones consist of pores on it, called as pervious rocks. Such rocks are present in few districts in Andhra Pradesh like Prakasham. Right. See, some stones, granite, Kadapa consists of limestone. So, granite and limestones is a kind of stones which does not have the pores. So, we can see what kind of that, what called that kind of rocks. So, the water cannot go beneath them. These called as impervious rocks. See, impervious rocks are nothing but which rocks cannot have the pores or cracks, called as impervious rocks. So most of the rocks usually are present in our state. A small portion of the state which next river to has deep layer of sand and the pebble. Water also accumulates in these layers. So very pure, very small portion in our state consists of sand, soil and sand rocks. Right. So the layer of the water which accumulate under the ground among the rocks is called as aquifer. So aquifer, what is meant by aquifer? Aquifer is nothing but it's a layer of water which accumulate under the ground, called as aquifer. The thickness of the aquifer determines the availability of groundwater in the area. See children, when we dig tube wells, then they are saying that 2 centimeters or 3 centimeters of water layer. So based on that layer thickness of water level is nothing but availability of water. Right. So here I would like to show rocks and water below the ground level. See here, actually this is the ground level which we are standing, and when we dig the well, see this is the topsoil and soft pervious rocks, all this, and here impervious are bottom, very hard it is. So here we will get water, and this is nothing but aquifer. The thickness of aquifer, it is nothing but availability of water. Right. Now, water table I would like to show you. Right. Observe it carefully. Water table. This is water table. Observe well 1, well 2, well 3, well 4. So here 10 centimeters. The water level is equal in all the wells. See, actually the water level is same in all the wells. So this is the water level in the well after rainy seasons. Right, rainy season. Water is available at the deep of 5 centimeters. See, actually when 5 meters we dig, we will get water. This is the point where we get water. But in summer, what happens? In summer season, the water levels is decreased or dropped down into the 10 meters down. Right. But here what happening? If we overuse of this groundwater, the water definitely depletes. So that is saying here, water level is never stable. It goes deeper in summer months and come up in after monsoon. So that happening in actually it is happening. Right, that is about a water table. I hope you understand this. Actually, this is the water where we will get 5 meters. If you dig, we will get water. But what happened in rainy season? The water we get in 5 meters. But what happened in summer season? It went down up to the 10 meters. If overusing of water, the water is definitely increased down. Finally we get a depletion. So that we have to use carefully the water, should not waste water unnecessarily. Right. Now, rocks groundwater in Andhra Pradesh. See, most of the rocks under the soil in Andhra Pradesh consist of granite. Just now I said impervious rocks, very hard rocks we have. So, most probably this kind of rocks in Andhra Pradesh. Right. See, this in many mandals, predominantly rocks are not granite but rocks the Kadapa of the Kadapa type of limestone. So everywhere granite is not available. Different kinds of rocks are there, but most probably the rocks are impervious, where it does not consist of pores. Impervious rocks we have. So they are also hard but are greatly broken and have lot of gaps between them, allowing water. See, wells are therefore dug up to the 16 meters deeper. So, here two districts are present in drought areas like Andhra Pradesh and Anantapur and Karnool. These two areas are drought prone areas. So, here we have to go deeper and deeper to get the water, like 16 meters, because the rocks are impervious. You can see this, the layers of the rocks. This is the ground level, topsoil. This is next wetland rocks, hard granite, crack in the rocks. See, the rocks consist of water here. When we dig in deeper and deeper, finally we get the water. And remaining areas, this is the hard granite. Right. So the rivers are like Krishna and Godavari have deeper layer of sand and silt. The water here depending upon the water in the river. Some areas are water is available, full of water. Even in Karnool also just now, the Tungabhadra is flowing there. So few areas we can get water easily, but other areas of Karnool we cannot get water. So if we go deeper and deeper even. Right. So the same point here they are explaining. Usually there is a plenty of water where the rivers are available. Right. Next, nearby 5 or to 7 meters below the ground in these areas, and it is very easy to dig well in them. Just now I said no. So beside of rivers, the area, the river beds, we can get water easily. But other areas we can't get easily water. Next, recharging of groundwater. Of course, so water is going deeper and deeper, and sometimes depleting of this water, groundwater. So we have to take some action. What action we have to take? So that is nothing but recharging of groundwater. So water flows shifting on the neck ground, which has no cover of trees or grasses. There is nothing to stop the flow. In rainy season, we observe the water is overflowing and wasting, and the water, wherever we see, the water is just mixing with the drainages or sea wages. So that water, how can we protect? By taking some steps. So what are those steps? So flow of the rainwater is checked by the vegetation or bonds. Then it is a greater possibility to percolate into the soil to join the underground water. See here, the steps are nothing but vegetation. So vegetation is nothing but planting, growing of plants here. So just 3 steps, 3 or 4 months. Our part of the country, it rains only 3 to 4 months. The rest of the year they depend upon groundwater. So that importance goes to groundwater. That water, how we have to protect. Let us see. So the flow of the rainwater were to be checked by the vegetation. Just now I said are bonds. So there would be a greater possibility of water percolates into the soil to the join in the groundwater. That is why vegetation like trees, grasses and bonds are used to enhance the groundwater. So over the last few years, great effort have been made to the harvest rainwater by these means. So it is called as watershed development program. Under this project, trees and grass are planted on the hills, slopes where a stream starts, and small ponds are built across the stream to stop the flow of water. Small check dams are also built across the streams to stop the water for a long time. So all this helps to increase or recharge the groundwater. See, very important. And Andhra Pradesh, Kiran Kumar Reddy, did you remember, children? Kiran Kumar Reddy, who is the ex-CM of Andhra Pradesh, he started to dig the pit grounds or pits beside home. In rainy season, we get the water into the pits. So beside, in open areas, we have to pit 2 meters or 3 meters of pit. If we dig that, and that small hole will gain the water in rainy season. So it is one of the possibility to enhance the groundwater. Such a good idea of ex-CM of Mr. Kiran Kumar Reddy. Right, that is one of the good thing. Next, the quality of groundwater. Of course, we are enhancing the groundwater, but some areas the quality of groundwater is not so good. Then what happened there? Let us see. Minerals. So this difference is because of minerals which is dissolving. The groundwater is usually mixed with many minerals. We know that. Sometimes the water is so salty, sometimes sweet. In our areas like Kurnool, Kadapa, Krishna, some areas water is good, sweet. The taste of water is sweet, but some areas are salty. See why it is happening? Because of the difference, because of the minerals which are dissolving in the groundwater. These minerals come from the rocks and the soil underneath. So, for example, they given some districts. Prakasham, Kadapa. Just now I said Kadapa consists of sweet water, but very few areas consist of few sweet water. And even Anantapur. These areas excess quality of certain minerals like sodium, fluoride, chloride, iron, nitrate, etc. So these minerals are mixed with the water. Then water is not good for our health and can cause us diseases. So which affect our bones and teeth. If you observe the people of these areas, their teeth are somewhat light creamy or creamy to light brown color because of these minerals. Excess of these minerals are present in the water. Even sometimes we can get diseases also. I will show the picture. That kind of water is not suitable for drinking. So many times water is polluted due to the excess of filters, pesticides or poor drainage. Useless we take prevention steps, soon most of the well or river water will become unsafe for drinking or even bathing. Yeah, it is correct. So uneducated people, farmers especially, farmers after fertilizing of their fields, as they wish, they are just throwing the tins of fertilizers. By doing that thing, what happens? The remaining fertilizer which is present in the tin is going to be added with the running of water. The same water is keeping for crops, and as well as we also drinking the same water. So it is nothing but pollution of water. So that we have to take the measures, safety measure for the drinking water. See, just you observe the picture. Person affected by the excessive fluoride in drinking water. We can see this kind of people, especially in Anantapur districts, here and there Kadapa, even Prakasham also. I have seen many times in Anantapur districts and Nalgonda, which is present in Telangana. because of fluoride effect. Right. Next, today generation have received the water from the past sacred water. Yes, it is absolutely 100% correct. So water which we are using, it's actually the sacred asset from our past. If their wish, our ancestors, if they use the water as their wish and spoil the water, how could we use that water? Just you think that water is essential, is everyone. So that is why we have to save the water, and the safe drinking water we have to take and we have to give to the future generations also. We must remember that how we are gaining from our past, our ancestors, the same manner we have to give the next generation the safe water. Understand? So jala rakshane, jala samrakshane, jana samrakshana. Life, save water, save life. Save water, save life. Okay, jala samrakshane, jana samrakshana. We must remember that all the time. And uses of groundwater. Just now I said water is essential for everyone. So this groundwater is useful to everyone, not only for drinking but also irrigation. Even agriculture is backbone of our country. We remember that. So all the time we have to enhance the groundwater, and we should not spoil the water, we should not pollute the water. Save water and save the life. And water should not pollute it. If we see here and there anytime, we must protect that and prevent this pollution from that time. Okay, hoping understand the lesson, and if you have any doubts you can comment in comment box. And here they given pervious rocks, some keywords. So pervious rocks I said, impervious I said, vegetation is nothing but planting of trees and plants. Aquifer is a what we can say, the layer of water. The layer of water, it is based on the thickness of water. Megaliths, see megaliths is started to construct the tanks. I said about the megalith also. And water table I said. So I hope every point of every important points I discussed in this lesson. Okay, thanks for listening.
Comment in comment box. Like my video please, share my video and subscribe for new videos. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.